When the power's been out for days and your customers need to talk to you, where can your call center turn for help? Today we're speaking with Adam Bankson, who will show us how utilities can provide call center mutual assistance during extended outages.
The mutual assistance routing system is designed to allow utilities to log into a web-based administration program and act either as a responding utility, a utility responding to an aid request, or a requesting utility, a utility that's requesting help. There is a single admin login for each utility, and each utility can act both as a responder and a requester. And the way the system works is when a utility logs in, the responding utility will log into the system and indicate which utility they're going to provide aid to, how many agents they're going to provide, the hours of operations of those agents if it's not going to be 24/7, and the number of calls that they will allow to queue into their system. Once they tell the MARS system how many agents they're going to provide and activate the program, it will send notification on to the requesting utility that they have a responder available. When the requesting utility logs into the system, they will see the utilities that have offered their assistance available to them. And when they activate their side of the program, they will be able to select from the available responding utilities and indicate how many calls they want to route through to those companies. On Saturday, February 6th, a major storm rolled through the Atlantic coast with extremely heavy snow.
There's some help coming from the Bay Area to get the power back on up north. Tampa Electric workers are lending a hand from the warmth of their call center. Bay News 9's Josh Rojas shows us how TECO's long-distance help will surge all the way to D.C.
The TECO operators in this Ybor City room are helping customers in the Washington, D.C. area who had their power knocked out this past weekend by a blizzard.
Thank you so much for your patience, man, and I apologize again on behalf of PEPCO.
PEPCO is the utility company that's asking TECO for help.
We can actually look at PEPCO's system from Tampa. We can look at their customer information. We can look at where their customers are located, determine where that outage is, and then relay that information to them so that they can respond as quickly as possible.
TECO spokesman Rick Morera says the PEPCO customers have no idea they're talking to someone in Tampa. Now, the 10 operators you see in this room helping out PEPCO customers isn't costing TECO a dime. That's because PEPCO is picking up all the costs. Morera says it's taken 2 years to get the Mutual Assistance Routing System, or MARS, up and running.
First time in the country that this has been done, so we're the first utility to assist in a virtual call center type of atmosphere.
Morera also points out if a hurricane hits the Bay Area, it's going to be TECO who needs help from PEPCO.
It's a great thing because, at some point in time, we may be faced with a storm situation down here where we may require assistance from an outside utility.
And luckily, the storm seasons for both utilities are during different times of the year. In Tampa, Josh Rojas, Bay News 9.
The system worked very well. There were a lot of positive comments from the agent's perspective in terms of callers mentioned continually that they were excited to be able to reach a person, and some even commented and asked where they were providing assistance from, since they knew the situation in the DC area and that people couldn't get anywhere.
Historically, utilities have provided mutual assistance to each other by sending line crews and sharing equipment during major outage events. But they've not been able to share call center resources. And this can be a critical problem if you have a major event like an ice storm, and you're unable to staff the call center. And we were requested by a number of utilities to look at a way that call center resources could be shared. We found that we had 3 big challenges. First of all, the long-distance carriers will not transfer calls from one carrier to another. Utilities all have their own unique customer information systems. And finally, customer service representatives see different screens. So in the past, it hasn't been possible, or it's been very difficult for utilities to support each other in terms of call center, but yet it's a great need. We already support over 80 utilities representing roughly 70% of the United States. And so we already were tied into their telecom systems, and using our high volume call answering service, our automated service, we were able to transfer the calls to an assisting utility. Again, because we are integrated into their trouble analysis and customer information systems, we were able to make a standard system interacting with all of those customer information systems. And then finally, and this was perhaps the most difficult part, we worked with the utilities to come up with a universal set of screens. It's a transparent experience for the caller. They don't know that they're calling a requesting utility. One of the things that's very desirable is for a trained utility operator to be answering the call. And so transferring to a generic call center just doesn't do the job, but transferring the call to trained utility operators, that's really important.
Now it's possible for utilities to provide call center mutual assistance in addition to line crews and equipment. All calls are answered by experienced utility customer service representatives, and, most importantly, MARS was designed by utilities for utilities. 21st Century Communications has been helping utilities meet their communications challenges for 20 years. It offers a suite of integrated products that provide proven, multi-channel automated solutions that enable clients to drive revenue, reduce costs, and increase long-term customer value. For more information about MARS or any of the other integrated communication solutions offered by TFCC, please contact us.